It was really beautiful to see at the end of the panel when I asked for a show of hands as to those that came in knowing nothing and leaving feeling like they had a deeper understanding, and almost all hands in the room went up. So for me, I loved how that word trust for me is what blockchain means for me. And at the same time, it's the biggest challenge we have in the continent. There's such a frustration with our governance and with the lack of transparency and the blatant disrespect for democracy and rule of law. And we keep hoping and praying, and somehow it feels like after decades now, there's very little change and very little to show for it. So trust is completely undermined, and technology has a role to play. Can you imagine? Do we ever think that could happen? Technology that could foster trust. And that's what blockchain means for me. A space that we don't have to wait and pray anymore, we can start doing. We can make our governments accountable to use blockchain technology, and buy-in is going to be critical. Once a few start doing it, the others will say, hey, why are you not doing it? That might mean something. And in very little time, with hope, we can truly leverage the opportunity that this offers for governance, for health, for education, for access to capital, for development, etc. It's literally limitless. And that really excites me, and I'm really happy that we got people excited today. Let me start by saying, just to your point on the experience, I've lived, worked, traveled across 35 odd countries in Africa. And that has exposed me to the incredible potential in the people, in the land, in the resources of all forms. That being said, I also see the challenges, we all do, but I'm very much optimistic because I see the potentials, I meet the people. And you mentioned the Global Shapers community, thousands of young people across Africa saying, we're done waiting for the change to come from above. We also have a responsibility and a role to play, and how can I step into that? I see that naturally the younger generation, this youth bulge that is at 60% under 25 years of age, they are the fastest adapters of technology. So I feel naturally they might lead it, but the truth is that blockchain, the efficiency is really also on a system level. So I think they can create the awareness needed for government to catch on to the potentials that exist. Creating dialogue like this, it's not that difficult to have. We have people Skyping from across the world, leading block. So young people are savvy in that way that they can get the conversation going, get social media talking about this, get us using hashtags saying blockchain is the way forward, hold governments accountable, etc. But the system level change has to also be that marriage of the lobbying and the advocacy with the institutions, the financial institutions, the government institutions, education institutions, paying attention and waking up to the opportunities and stepping up to this potential. And sometimes you might push them into it, right? Because they might not always have to like to step into it. And I see that dual responsibility. But I am so optimistic because I know that the young people are capable of pushing this conversation. I can't say that I'm familiar with cryptocurrencies beyond the conversation today, and I only know Ucoin in the African scenario. But what I have learned and heard is that tobacco is something of real value, right? Because we've seen with the crash of Bitcoin, etc., that not having a real value or potential to be used for loans and etc. might lead to a short lifespan. So I would say do your homework. Try to anchor it on gold is what we heard that Ucoin is doing. And I know the people behind Ucoin believe strongly in the African proverb that to go fast, you go alone, to go far, you go together. So let's do this together. Let's not fragment. Let's really not create more silos. I think this is a moment of unity. My take would truly be let's unite behind Ucoin.